Welcome to the Money Manifestation Mastery podcast with your host, Lara Waldman, where we talk all things money. Big money, big purpose, big power. Waking up your wealth for heart-centered business owners and entrepreneurs. In today's episode, we're going to speak about setting up your daily money manifestation mastery practice. So far in the Money Manifestation Mastery podcast, I've been sharing my foundational tools and practices to manifesting money in alignment with your heart, body, and soul. Stepping into that next level money vision, that next level of your business, that next level of your purpose, power, and prosperity. This is deep, foundational, powerful, transformational work. But it's not a quick fix. This is a practice. This is a discipline. And this is a way of life. And this money manifestation mastery practice needs time and space in order for you to transform, evolve, grow from where you are now to where you want to be. It's very normal to want things yesterday, to want things tomorrow. There's a sense of impatience. It's very natural to want to avoid discomfort and just bounce around, hopping around, hoping to get results, following the next best shiny object, or avoiding the painful things, or avoiding the uncomfortable things. You will spend a lot of time and energy going all around the houses and back again, trying to avoid what really needs to happen. Your money manifestation mastery practice is essential to create space for what you need to be present with now and what you need to get ready for in your very wealthy future. It takes time to reprogram yourself, to rewire your thinking, to shift your perspective, to change your point of view. It takes time to transition from where you are now to where you want to be. Yes, some things can manifest very quickly, and sometimes change can happen very quickly. And that's great, but faster is not always better, because you want to make sure that you can really receive those changes, hold those changes. And sometimes fast results quickly can be really overwhelming. Or you may not have the capacity, the infrastructure, either within yourself or within your business or within your finances, to hold and manage that change. So I'm all about building strong, stable, secure foundations within yourself, within your finances, within your business. Slow and steady wins the race. You don't get extra bonus points for going faster. Our ego likes that, or maybe that's a great challenge and that's cool. But think about, what is it that you really want? And are you willing to work for it? And are you willing for that to take time? We're too much in this fast food culture. And that's cool, but it's not necessarily going to bring you what you really want. To create a life of true abundance, to create the finances, the business, the life that you truly desire is going to take time. And sometimes things are going to take longer than you want. And so it's really important that you have a regular practice to do this work, something that you show up to day in, day out, to stay focused on your fortune, to stay on track with what you want. This is a discipline. This is a practice. It's easy to say what you want. It's easy to say what you don't want. But what isn't easy is actually taking the consistent action to create the change, to move away from what you don't want and move towards what you do want. And a lot of it, if I would say at least 80% of that, lives in your mind, lives inside of you. So we need to start with you if you want to create change in your outside world. Your outside world is going to mirror your inner world. And so you need to go in and create that space to transform your inner world to create those outer results. But please know, everything in you is probably going to want to avoid doing that until you feel safe, until you feel comfortable. But at first, you are not going to feel comfortable. So you need to carve out time and space to do this work each and every day. It's like going to the gym. You want to lose weight. You want to get fit. You want to have more muscles. You're going to need to go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, right? You're going to need to exercise. You're going to need to eat well. It's the same with any result that you want to create in your life, finances and business included. In order to create change in your life, you need to show up to a practice, ideally each and every day, but I would say a minimum of 4 times a week. If you want to create those outer results, we have to create those inner results, and that needs consistency. That needs commitment. And what I recommend is showing up to a practice every day. It's not so much how long you spend on this practice. It's not the amount of time. It really is about consistency. So what I say is, as you're creating your daily money manifestation mastery practice, you want to be realistic with what can you show up to consistently. We may have great ideas or ideals, but you also have to be in reality with where your life is now. And what I would say is it's much better to do a small amount each and every day than do a large amount once a week. And actually showing up consistently in a small amount of time will create more change than just doing one big long session once a week or once a month. So we're really looking at consistency and that commitment to create change. So what I'd like you to think about is, when can you commit to your money manifestation mastery daily practice in your day? I recommend starting your day with this work. I always do. I always start getting into the money manifestation mindset, my money manifestation mastery practice at the start of my day. I don't wake up every day in that vibration, in that consciousness, in that energy. It's a practice. It's a discipline to get into the game. So I recommend a morning practice, but again, that may not work for you depending on your life. Like, I know when I had little kids, I couldn't do it in the morning. I had to find times during nap times or other points in the day. So you have to be realistic with the time that you have available and the life that you're living. Please know as well that when people tell me they don't have enough time, it's the same thing when people say, I don't have enough money. It's an external result of a deeper issue that's going on inside. And I don't have enough time tells me a lot of information. And it's often based in avoidance and leaking energy. So you can leak money energy, but you can also leak time energy, which also leaks physical energy. And those are surface symptoms of a much deeper issue going on. So you want to ask yourself, if you say, I just don't have time, take a minute to get honest with yourself around what's really going on there. Carve out time. Make time. If it's really important to you, you will make it happen. So that's the first thing I want to say. If you feel like I don't have enough time, you need to go a little bit deeper and look at those money blocks or those time blocks. So what can you commit to? I want you to think about the days of the week that you can commit to and the time in the week that you can commit to. And you want to set up that day and that time ahead of time. So you're not waking up, oh, do I feel like it? You are making a commitment. It's a practice. It's a discipline. And you're deciding ahead of time whether you feel like it or don't feel like it to show up to your money manifestation mastery practice. So how much time can you commit to each and every day? 5 minutes is better than no minutes. 10 minutes, better than 5 minutes. Whatever you can commit to is fantastic. For me, it's a luxury to spend a few hours with this work, and I enjoy spending a number of hours, if I can, really doing my inner work, because I get a lot of value out of it. And that is luxury to me, and that's something I really enjoy doing now. every day. I'm not always able to do that depending on what's going on with my life or my business. But that's a decision I've made because I enjoy it so much and it feeds me and fuels me in my day. But I didn't start out like that. It's something I've grown into. Just like if you've never gone running and you want to start running, you wouldn't necessarily start doing an hour-long run, would you? You start small and you build up. It's the same if you wanted to get really fit, but you haven't been going to the gym. You wouldn't start with the heavy weights. You'd start with the light weights and build yourself up. So when you're starting anything new, I recommend starting small, so it's something that's sustainable that you can commit to and show up to easily, right? 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. And then you can work your way up from that. Because this work, although it can take time, let's say to interrogate or look at your money blocks, for example, the actual work isn't so much about time, but about a mindset shift, an energy shift, and making a decision to make a change in the moment. And you can do that within a few moments, a few minutes. It doesn't need to take a lot of time. So I want you to get out your diary, get out your calendar, and decide when you're going to commit to doing your money manifestation mastery work. When you're going to spend time working on transforming your relationship with money. It needs time and energy, just like anything in your life that you want to improve or anything in your life currently that's going really well. Think about how much time and energy you put into that. It needs your attention. Your presence is your power. So, how much time can you commit to realistically every day? Or a minimum of 4 times a week? And when in the week can you commit to that? Is it midweek? Is it weekends? And what I've noticed with my clients and myself over many years is that a minimum of 4 days a week is optimal. Ideally, tapping into this every day is ideal, but starting with a minimum of 4 days a week. Now, of course, if you fall off the wagon, that's not an excuse to abandon it forever. If you have a bad week, a bad month, get back into the game, right? If you stop exercising for a week or a month, it's not an excuse to quit. It's just a moment to check in with yourself, to reflect on what happened, why you sabotaged, why you abandoned yourself, and then make a choice to get back into the saddle, back on the surfboard, back in the game, back in the ring. Over time, as you create a new healthy habit with the money manifestation mastery process, you'll start to enjoy it. It will start to feel good, just like exercise, right? At first, it might feel terrible. You might feel really out of shape and it might feel bad. But as you start exercising again and get into a new healthy habit, it starts to feel good. And that's when you start to get a hit from it. And then exercising just becomes your new normal. For example, it's the same thing with this. I love my daily money manifestation mastery practice. It is a luxury to me. It's my favorite part of the day. I enjoy it very much, but there was a time where I completely avoided anything to do with money. And I didn't want to look at it, think about it, feel it, talk about it. And now I love it. That's what I want to sit in and play with all day long. It's lots of fun. So I'm hoping that this podcast inspires you to enjoy working consciously and mindfully with money, consciously and mindfully with your business, consciously and mindfully with yourself, and really start enjoying the game of conscious wealth creation. It is a game, and it's incredibly joyful, and there's so much creativity, power, and potential in this work. But first, you're going to need to overcome your inner blocks and barriers to it as you transform your relationship with money and your business and yourself, but also create new healthy habits. And simply starting something new usually feels bad. And once you get used to it, we start to adjust and adapt and it starts to feel good. Think about money like any relationship. The more time you spend with money, the more time you spend with a relationship, the more you feed it and the more it feeds you. Anything that is satisfying, fulfilling, nurturing in your life is because of the time and attention and care that you give it. and that it gives you. It's the giving and the receiving. The giving and the receiving. If you want to get more, receive more, give more. Your presence is your power. So you want to think about, where am I putting my time and energy? And am I putting my time and energy into things that I want? Are they feeding my future? Are they feeding my desires? Or am I leaking my energy, my time energy, money energy, physical energy into things that are pulling me away from what I desire? Most of us unconsciously are pulling our attention away from what we truly want. And we get pulled back into old habits of behavior that come from the past. So you can think, am I being pulled from my past? Is my past pulling me? Or am I being pulled forward into my future? And those decisions happen in the present. So your daily money manifestation mastery practice is an opportunity to step into the present, to step into your power, to tap into your true prosperity, and to get to know yourself on that level, to release and let go of everything and anything that's no longer in alignment with where you're going, and to hold space to welcome in what's coming, where you're going. And that is an incredibly powerful and important process, to hold space for what you want, to hold space for that future you, because you need to adapt to it, to get your brain on board, to rewire yourself and how you're thinking, perceiving, processing what you're doing, what you're not doing. And it takes a bit of time to reprogram yourself. It takes time to adjust and adapt. But if you keep showing up to it, essentially you're creating safety for yourself, getting more comfortable with what feels uncomfortable. It will still feel uncomfortable anytime you're doing something new, but getting yourself ready, letting go of the old to welcome in the new. And that, my friend, is a daily practice, a daily process, and one that I hope you learn to love and enjoy and appreciate. I'll be continuing to share tools, practices, processes, ideas to support you with your daily money manifestation mastery process. There are so many things that you can do within your daily practice, and I'll be sharing everything that I know with you in this podcast, and then you can design your daily practice in a way that works for you. There are so many things that you can do within a few moments. Connect to future wealthy you. Embody your wealth. Rewire to receive. Connect to the part of yourself that you need to receive in order to welcome in that wealth. Let go, release of your money blocks. Just hold the intention to keep letting them go. Speaking your intentions. Those are just a few examples. But I'll be sharing so many more tips and tools that you can actually do in a few moments or a few minutes. And I just want to say one more time that it's what you do consistently, daily, that creates the results over time. It's not necessarily going to shift things instantly. Sometimes things do shift very quickly, and sometimes things will manifest very quickly into your life. I've seen it over and over again, personally and professionally. But some things are actually going to take time. Some things are going to take longer than you want. And some things will happen faster than you feel ready for. Your job is to get out of the way and just to keep showing up, to release those patterns of protection, to let go of control, surrender, open up, and show up. Remember, your presence is your power. And that is where you tap into your creativity. And that is where you tap into your potential. Everything happens in the moment. And we start building each and every moment to create that beautiful, wealthy future. So, what are you committing to? Right here, right now. Get that calendar out, get that diary out, put the amount of time that you're committing to, how many days a week that you're committing to, and then show up. Even if you don't know what to do, just show up. I'm going to stay present with money, myself, my business, each and every day, on these days, for this amount of time. And witness what happens. Remember, please give yourself time to work with the discomfort, work with avoidance, If you keep showing up over time, you'll get more and more comfortable. It will start becoming your new normal. You'll have a new routine. And over time, you'll start to hopefully enjoy it and experience the great benefits and results from your daily money manifestation mastery practice. Thank you for joining me for today's episode, setting up your daily money manifestation mastery practice. If you've received value from this episode or any episodes in the Money Manifestation Mastery podcast so far, I would love to ask you if you can take a minute to review or rate this podcast. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe or follow so you never miss an episode. I'll be showing up every week with more juicy, life-changing, powerful content to support you with welcoming more money into your life in alignment with your heart, body, and soul. I look forward to being with you again next time. See you then.